with 9,136 votes, and currently 89.59% of the vote, our own Senator Kahele.
Second week in January, when I had that initial conversation with my dad while he was still alive, and it's been a long road. It's been a tough year. It's been an interesting year, but the campaign, we worked really hard, and it's bittersweet, you could say. The primary in Hawaii is always the big race. But at the same time, my dad always taught me to never take anybody for granted, to always work hard, no matter what opponent you had, no matter what party your opponent was from, that you campaigned to the end. You worked hard to the end, and you're seeing a result of this tonight. We're not just at home in our living room waiting for the results to come in. We sign waved, we canvassed, we phone banked. We never stopped since the primary, and we have a lot of volunteers here tonight that played a big part in this campaign. And so we worked hard to the end. It's 8 o'clock at night. Normally you know who the president's going to be by now. At least it was that way in 2008 and 2012. 2016 is a little different. At the same time, I think it also shows you maybe how divided the country is, a lot more divided than I thought. We're 2,500 miles from the West Coast, we're out here in the middle of the Pacific. It's an interesting time for America right now.
Just in Hilo, you had a Libertarian candidate.
Yeah.
They couldn't even field a Republican for this seat.
Yeah, interestingly enough, my hat's off to Kimberly Arianoff of the Libertarian Party. It's great to have competition. It's great to give the voters choices, and it's not easy for anyone to run for political office or to want to get into public service. So, my hat's off to everyone that decides to do that. It's not easy. Ironically, my appointed term ends tonight. November 8th, 2016 is when my appointment by Governor Ige ends, and tomorrow is really when a new day begins for me, a new chapter. And it's comforting to know, it's encouraging to know that the voters of Hilo are behind you, and they're behind you in a resounding way, and ready to get to work. I've got some would say maybe the easy part's done now, and now the hard part begins, which is working hard for the people of Hawaii County and this district.
You're working on your next speech 2 years from now.
Absolutely, yeah. I've always enjoyed public speaking. I've always enjoyed talking in front of people, and the way I look at the Grand Rally is it's a rally. It's not about me, it's about the party, it's about the values we stand for, it's about firing up the base. My dad used to always revel in that. He used to study Patton and some of the famous generals and the speeches that they used to give, and maybe that brushed off against me a little bit when I was a kid. So now it's my turn. When I get up there, I savor it. I'm in that moment, and it's my time to get everybody excited. Get everybody excited about being American. Get everybody excited about living in this great country that we live in, this great state that we live in, and it's a privilege.